Chitwan's Bharatpur remains one of the most keenly watched metropolises for the upcoming local level elections slated for next Friday. All the efforts to make the rebel Nepali Congress candidate Jagannath Paudel to withdraw his candidacy have been futile, raising serious alarm over the victory of Alliance consensus mayoral candidate Renu Dahal. Prime Minister and Nepali Congress President Shrestha very well understands the consequences of Renu Dahal losing her bid to retain her post, which might lead to the breakup of the coalition. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Top brass leaders intensify election campaigns, try to woo disgruntled local leaders and cadres, promise huge assurances to voters. Political parties indulge themselves in massive expenses in local level elections, however, claim that funds have not been taken from the center. World Health Organization's new official data show almost 3 times as many people have died as a result of COVID-19, taking the global death tally to nearly 15 million. And the 3-match one-day international series between host Nepal and Zimbabwe A to kick off from today. First match scheduled to start at 9:30 this morning. Exactly a week now remains for the election day slated for 13th of May. Candidates are busy conducting door-to-door campaigns seeking votes, while senior leaders of various political parties are equally engaged. The leaders have been mobilizing to create a favorable atmosphere for their respective parties instead of grabbing the opportunity to create mandate after 5 years. The leaders have put their reputation at stake and seem to be trying to cover districts as far as possible. The ruling alliance conducted an election assembly in Chitwan's Bharatpur yesterday. Prime Minister and Nepali Congress President Shrestha as well as CPN Maoist Chairperson Pushpakamal Dahal had reached Chitwan yesterday to participate in the assembly. Chairperson of another ruling partner, CPN Unified Socialist Madhav Kumar Nepal, also reached Bharatpur to participate in the election campaign. Prior to this, Premier Deuba had reached Viratnagar. The ruling alliance is conducting election assemblies in all 7 provinces before the local level election. Preparations are underway for senior leaders of the ruling alliance, including Deuba, Dahal and Nepal, to participate in the assemblies. Likewise, main opposition CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli is equally engaged in the ongoing election campaigns throughout the country to secure votes for his party. Chairperson Oli, who had reached Ilam on Wednesday, was speaking at an election assembly in Kailali yesterday. Prior to this, Chairperson Oli had reached several other districts to encourage party cadres for the upcoming polls. Senior leaders of Janata Samajwadi Party and Loktantrik Samajwadi Party have also reached local levels to run election campaigns. It is evident that political parties and their candidates have been spending lavishly during their election campaigns. The parties that have been taking the issue of transparency regarding their election expenses lightly have also said that they have not received any funds from the center. Even as Nepali Congress and CPN Maoist Center have publicized the financial status of the party, CPN-UML has refrained from doing so. Nepali Congress has 80 million rupees in its bank account. The party has been managing the official works of the central office through interest on bank balance. Nepali Congress has also said that it has utilized the donation received through various individuals to cover for the expenses for the upcoming local polls. The party has been deducting 18% of salaries received by its ministers and lawmakers, charging 600 rupees from central committee members, 1,000 rupees from office bearers, and 200 rupees for active membership renewal fees. Meanwhile, the main opposition CPN-UML has failed to remain transparent in its financial status. The party has also not revealed its bank balance for the past several years. CPN-UML has been collecting around 25 million rupees annually from the 5,000 party cadres, collecting 5,000 rupees each, while the party has claimed of not using any funds from the center for the upcoming local polls. Meanwhile, CPN Maoist Center's bank statement reads 14 million rupees. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked regarding why the issues of landless squatters have not been included in the election manifestos. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
आफ्नो स्वार्थ पूरा गर्नको लागि
चुनाव जित्नको लागि पनि मुख्य बन्डिएका होला
अगाडि बढेर माथि कुर्सी ओगटौं भन्ने मात्रै छैन।
त्यो कुरालाई चाहिँ एजेन्डामा चाहिँ ल्याएर चाहिँ हामीले माथि काम गर्नुभयो भनेदेखि राम्रो हुनेछ।
A child was killed by fire that broke out last night in Bihibare Bazaar of Bhojpur district's Sharananda municipality. The district police office Bhojpur has informed that the deceased has been identified as 2.5-year-old Reshma Tamang. Her father, 28-year-old Kim Mani Tamang, and mother, 23-year-old Meena Tamang, have been severely injured in the incident. They are receiving treatment at BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences in Dharan. Bagmati province has achieved the highest economic growth of 6.74% in the ongoing fiscal year, while Madhya province has achieved the lowest economic progress at 4.8%. The Central Bureau of Statistics published a report on the growth rate of the gross domestic product or GDP yesterday. According to the report, Bagmati province, which had achieved only 4.58% growth in the previous fiscal year, has now achieved the highest progress. The economic growth rate of Gandaki stands at 6.17% and that of Karnali figures at 5.47%. Likewise, the economic growth rate of Province 1 stands at 5.41% and Lumbini stands at 5.36%. The national economy is expected to size 4,852 billion rupees in this fiscal year, with Bagmati province contributing the highest share of 36.9%. The three-match one-day international series between hosts Nepal and Zimbabwe A is to kick off from today. The first match of the series is scheduled to start at 9:30 this morning at TU Cricket Ground in Kantipur. Team Nepal is set to compete in the ODI series after playing a three-match T20 series at home against Zimbabwe A, which ended in a 1-all draw. Zimbabwe had won the first match of the T20 series by 8 wickets. The second match was washed out due to rain, while Nepal claimed an 8-wicket victory in the third match to tie the series. The original schedule was to play the ODI series first. However, Cricket Association of Nepal switched the series around due to the possible rainy conditions. The series against Zimbabwe A is considered important ahead of the World Cup League 2 matches to be held next month. Nepal will face Team USA and Oman in the League 2 Triangular Series. Head coach Pubudu Dasanaike has taken the series against test-playing nation Zimbabwe as an opportunity for Team Nepal to improve in batting and bowling. Today's ODI match against Zimbabwe A is likely to be affected due to rain. With the local level elections just around the corner, political parties, independent candidates, among others, are busy campaigning, putting forth their election manifestos. Most of the political parties in their manifestos have given priority to drinking water, infrastructure development, among others, however, have not given much importance to the sports sector. Sunsari is considered a fertile ground for sports. However, infrastructures have not been well preserved. The Itari Stadium, which was constructed with more than 370 million rupees, is in a dilapidated state due to the lack of preservation. The Itari sub-metropolis is also demolishing the already constructed cricket stadium in Itari 9 and has started to construct a park there. The political parties have failed to mention the development of sports infrastructures in their manifestos, while they have been silent on their preservation as well. The under-construction International Standard Cricket Stadium in Dharan sub-metropolis is also in a sorry state. The condition of the golf course in Dharan has not improved either. The trend of freezing the budget set for sports has not stopped. Candidates who have not fulfilled their prior commitments are once again reaching the voters, repeating their commitments. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. Here's the question: why have political parties remained indifferent to sports in their election manifestos? Your options are A, not understanding significance, B, not in the jurisdiction, and C, lack of vision. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.